One day I should have everybody just
can't be too careful though, those weirdos out there.
There's no Warner Brothers in the sides, bro.
Oh, gotta ask yourself, do I feel lucky?
Marvel Legends Gauntlet, the Nano Gauntlet.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That is... What's up, collectors, and welcome to another Collectors Assemble live here on Sunday night. And man, I'm really excited because on today's special show here on a Thursday, because we're usually on Sundays. Today's Thursday. I forget. Sunday's Super Bowl. Bad Bunny. Can't wait. But anyway, man, today we got a really good episode because we have somebody who has one of the most popular, I swear, companies in pop culture, in the fandom. And I swear every year, almost every day, I get hit up with links and messages and tags about these new shoe runs that have been coming out, especially when Wolverine and Deadpool came out and Star Wars and all that. But they're always around. So I'm really excited, guys. We're going to have Bull Airs today, and we're going to have Gary. He's going to announce a couple things that's going on with them. And he is also going to announce a new toy line that's slated for the ToyFair coming up next week. But man, I'm really excited. Let's get our panel members on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Sean Carlson is in the building. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, different show today. It should be cool. Got a lot of interesting stuff to get into.
I know. I'm excited. This guy he's first off, he's super smart when it comes to his designs and stuff. Yeah. And man, he just got a lot of things to offer. I can't wait. Let's get Ashton on. It's been a while. Ashton, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. Doing good. Glad I got to jump on tonight. So
excited. How's Andrew?
Working, gotta make that paper. So
all right. Very good. Did you check that for me by any chance to see if it
did.
It's
good.
You can hear everything?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. We got Metal Elf in the building. What's up, Metal Elf?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up? Welcome. Guys, just in case you're wondering, I actually went on TikTok live for the first time, so I'm trying to see if it's working. Apparently it's working, so everybody hears me over there, which is good. So we'll let that do its thing. But yeah, I'm excited. All right, let's see. Who else do we got here? Where's my other camera? Here we go. We got Loki in the building who just got his Superman hush in. What's up, dude?
Good, man. I'm happy to be here. I should be in Vegas, but I pushed it off for you tonight. So,
all right. Cool. I know you're excited because you own a couple of Bull Air products. So I know
one thus far, but I'm always eyeing his products.
I know, right? Super cool. All right, let's get the man, the myth, the legend. Guys, welcome. Gary from Bull Airs is in the building. What's up, man? How are you, brother?
What's up, everyone?
That's good, man.
All right, let me try to put you here on the big screen.
You can never get it right on the first one.
I don't know why.
Don't worry, I can never figure it out either.
I've been doing this forever, and for some reason, I just can't. There you go. But Gary, listen, like I mentioned before, man, all of us, especially me, I am always getting tagged with your stuff. When you come out with a new, shoe line with a new, limited run. And especially when the Wolverine ones came out and the Star Wars ones came out, I mean, constantly, getting tagged on different lines that you guys are doing. But for those who might not know us or know you guys, let us know a little bit about you and your company.
Yeah, so my name's Gary. I'm also going to be looking off to the side here for everybody that knows because my camera's, I got a giant monitor, so I'm talking to you. Yeah, so I'm the CFO of Bull Airs, which really just means nothing at this point because all of us wear multiple hats, designs, money, marketing, everything. So we're a small group of idiots that I say. We are 6 people strong now, and we're based out of New York, but not the cool New York. We're in central New York. And everything that we do is just kind of based off like a passion. That's what I like to tell people. We design stuff every single day. We're constantly working, and that's probably why you get tagged in so much because we are always doing something every single week. It never stops. But besides that, I'm a giant toy collector. I might like Ninja Turtles a little bit. A little.
Couldn't tell.
I'm a TMNT collector.
Maybe.
Got a couple turtles. But we translate all that stuff into the work we do, including Tom, who's the CEO, founder, head honcho, that does most of the designing. He's a big Star Wars guy, so that's why you see a lot of Star Wars inspired stuff that come out.
Nice, dude. So let me ask. I gotta ask. So how did you were you a sneakerhead first? Were you more into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles growing up? Like what came first, the fandoms or the actual apparel? Like what came first, and then how did Bull Airs actually come about?
Yeah, fandom definitely. I still don't consider myself a sneakerhead. I was one of the haters. I made fun of sneakerheads because I'm like, why are guys buying so many pairs of shoes and not wearing them? And I'm like, what is this thing? And it was about a year into Bull Airs that when I had started with Tom, that people were making fun of me on the internet for not wearing our own shoes. I wore Vans, so it got to a point where it's like I got to start wearing them, I guess. So, I've designed a few for myself that have gotten released. So, I wear our shoes all the time now. I have like all of our stuff. Every time we drop something, I always got to order it for myself, and I wear something new every day for the most part. But it really was just toys. For me, I'm a huge toy collector. I've always wanted to design toys and do a lot of that fun stuff, which we will talk about, which is super cool. But toys are like my passion, turtles specifically. And really to do the second question of like, how did Bull Airs kind of start? You remember this weird thing, the pandemic? Remember that?
Yeah.
Feels like it was yesterday, but it was 6 years ago.
I know.
Wow.
Tom was a tattooer. If you don't know who Tom Bowman is, he was on Ink Master a couple times, world famous. He's probably watching this. It's going to get to his head. He loves hearing that. World famous tattooer, one of those guys that's booked every single day. Never has to really work extra hard. Like, he worked extra hard to get there, but every day after that, man, that guy was tattooing every single day of his life. He never had to struggle after he really made it big, which was awesome because he's so goddamn good. But when the pandemic hit, he couldn't do it. So he started doing shoes, hand making them doing very small runs, hand sewing them. He got trained by the shoe surgeon. He did his classes. So he was doing that. But what really, really took off was the second shoe he did. He knows I'm a big Turtles fan, and I run a couple of communities on Facebook for TMNT toys. He's like, hey, can you help me promote this? And I was like, yeah, sure. What is it? And he goes, I want to make a Turtles shoe. Mind you, fan made, handmade, very low run, not licensed. It was just something fun he was doing. And it exploded. It was just the craziest thing ever. More people ordered than he could even make. Like, he expected to get a couple of them, and the thing just skyrocketed. And he was like, I got to shut it down. That's when he knew he had something. So he'd been doing this by himself, with his wife helped out and did shipping and keeping a lot of the stuff on track. But fast forward to 2023, I worked at Microsoft for 13 years, and he had been like, hey, come work for me. I need another person to help out. And I was like, I can't leave Microsoft. That was my dream. So I was for a while, but then they laid me off a month after he had offered me a position. And it was just Tom and our COO, Ryan, who at the time was a mentor and investor. So he wasn't boots on the ground with him. So him and Ryan was like, bring me on. And ever since, I've just been I did customer service, I do order fulfillments. And now since San Diego Comic-Con of last year, I'm now the CFO, and I handle all the finances on top of all of that. So it's a small operation with multiple hats, but we're seeing great success, and it's really just the fans that do it. It's the people, it's the community. That's why we're very serious about community. So we like to partake in it. We don't act like rock stars. We just want to hang out with people and do cool things.
Now, listen, it sounds like it was meant to be, for you to actually kind of get laid off. Not that that was a good thing, but, it's kind of like your silver lining. You're like, all right, let's jump into this venture and see what happens. Now, obviously, it's gone. you want to say viral, but it's very popular. I mean, you guys do limited runs now. People, you sell out a lot of stuff. Let me show everyone a couple of your designs, and we're probably going to be going backwards because I'm just taking this off of Facebook. But
you're good. Also, if you see me doing random things on here, one of my bulldogs is down here, and she's being a pain in my butt.
Oh no, you're good. We're animal lovers here. But here is this. I love this.
Oh yeah,
Black Eyed Peas. Let's go. But man, talk to me about this though. What was the collaboration here?
I don't know. So it just happened. So that's called the Poncho. The Poncho is a shoe with Richard Chavez, who was Poncho in the Predator movie. It was a signature series we did based off of his character. You can see kind of the flavors of a little bit of Predator in there, and then a little bit of like that like army feel to it, like he's armed forces. And I was going to say, show us the bottom of it, but the damn picture. The bottom of it's a clear sole with the heat vision, so it's got that heat color vision on it. But Richard just, I think he posted this and tagged us in it the other day, so he's friends with him.
With Taboo, Taboo's very into collectibles. He's very into a lot of obviously music and stuff, but he loves this. So
it was great timing. Those shoes literally showed up on Tuesday to start shipping out to customers that ordered them. So we announced those at New York Comic Con, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we weren't really expecting it to do crazy. I think we limited to like 50 pairs, I think, and we were like, if we sell them, that'd be really awesome. But if we hit 10 or 25, like that'll be really cool, because if you look at it for us, for what we do, it's not one of those shoes that we put out that like we know is going to absolutely crush it. It's such a wonderful design, but we usually have a good feeling about some of our designs, and that one really wasn't hitting it. And then that just totally put our feet in our mouth on this one. We launched those at New York Comic Con, had them on show, so people were able to actually see them, and they sold out. Like everybody bought them. Awesome. And I couldn't be happier, because Richard Chavez, if you haven't met him, he is one of the greatest, nicest guys I have ever met in my life. He is so cool, and like I want to be friends with him outside of like a business relationship, because he's so nice.
Dude, and this is got to be a great feeling when you have like celebrities or like people from the movies or the fandom that actually were in the roles show up and have your sneakers or buy them or order them. Does this like make it for you? Like, does it make it worth all while? And like, what kind of reactions do you get when you see pictures like this?
Dude, every single time, it's absolutely insane. When you see this kind of stuff, it's like, because we know how big we are at this point, but we're also still kind of humble as hell about it. Because like we still work just as hard as we did 2 years ago when we were like, living off ramen. But like, this is happening more often now, which is kind of crazy, but it's still absolutely insane when we see this stuff. I will say, like, we have some like really cool fans in WWE, like Kofi Kingston, or Xavier Woods or Austin Creed. Like he hit us up a couple of weeks ago. And like those are huge. Those are really awesome. One of my personal favorites, who I now talk to all the time. If you can't tell, I'm a big metalhead. So Sid Wilson from Slipknot hit me up. Yep. Wow. So I talk to Sid every once in a while. So I've been, talking with him. Shaggy Two Dope from ICP. I've been working with him a little bit. Still trying. We have an ICP line that we're just trying to get off the ground. Just a lot of legal stuff. We're trying to figure out. The whole collection's done. It's already done. They all love it. We just got to figure it all out. But every time, man, it's just wonderful. A lot of those times they say, don't meet your heroes. Like, thankfully so far, all of our heroes that we've met, that we've idolized or looked up to, or just always thought it'd be really cool to meet, have definitely been a slam dunk in our eyes of personality and just overall kindness.
Dude, that's awesome. Let me go through some of these pictures. So this is actually from now, and we're going back in time, but right now you guys are launching the Garbage Pail Kids, which
live right now.
It's a weird niche, but oddly enough, it's super popular. Somebody not too long ago asked for a Garbage Pail Kids statue from PCS Collectibles. That's kind of our world. But talk to us about these, like, popular, like, niche fandoms that are not necessarily Marvel, DC, or like Star Wars, but things like from our childhood, like Garbage Pail Kids or like, Chuck E. Cheese, which we'll get into a little bit. But talk to us about this line.
It's kind of how Belair's views how we want to do business. Is we like to look at things that we like growing up and things we still like at this point. We still buy these toys, these collectibles. We still buy Garbage Pail Kids items and we put them in the office. And we want to like give love to that older stuff that people might not remember. But then when you see it, you remember there's more. There's like Bucky O'Hare and oh my God, like Inspector Gadget, stuff like that. So like we love these niche brands that people forgot about until they see it again. And surprisingly, these do very well. Garbage Pail Kids has a great fan base, and we've already done a Garbage Pail Kids drop in the past. Those will be shipping soon. We brought that stuff to San Diego. You can actually see the shoe in the background, pretty much the one that's like almost in the trash behind the cards. That's the last drop on them.
Nice.
But we did those at New York Comic Con as well. We showed those off and people loved them. So, I mean, really just to drive it home, we love doing these niche properties that we love because we see the same stuff over and over again all the time getting shoved down our throats, which isn't always a bad thing. But, SpongeBob, Rick and Morty, Ninja Turtles, which obviously I love. But these things need more love. And in the fandom, even though it's not as big as those other ones, they show up because there's not a lot of love to these things. So when they see stuff, they love it. And that just makes us super happy because we just love the best part of selling all this stuff is not the money that keeps us in business. It's seeing everybody post their stuff online after they get it. Like we thrive over that stuff. We love it.
Dude, I love it. And you're right. Like some of these niches, like I'm not a big fan of this, but like you could see that when people see something that's not an everyday thing, they go nuts for it and they got to have it. Poor Judgment says Bull Airs robs me monthly without a gun.
And we always apologize. It's one of those things where it's like we do weekly drops just because we're always constantly having fun designing things. Yeah, it is really hard to do. But we love doing it. And then people are like, well, I thought I was saving money this week or this month. Like, and they're waiting for the next drop. And they're like, well, I was going to wait, but I can't miss this, which just happened this week with our current stuff coming out. And, we don't mean to do it. We're not like greedy jerks that are like, give me all your money. It's just that we have so much fun designing this stuff and we want to wear it. So we would design it for ourselves and then release it to the world.
Dude, this is pretty cool. Now, you also obviously have, jackets and hats and other different types of apparel, but you solely, you think your biggest item is got to be the sneakers, right? Or do you find other things being a little bit more popular nowadays?
Yeah, no, sneakers is definitely where it's at. Sneakers are always the thing that keep the business going. I've never shied away from it and telling people this. Like, we pretty much break even on clothing most of the time. Clothing doesn't make us money. It just is really awesome to put out there. And we love seeing people with it. And we understand that there are situations where it's like you can't spend $300+ on a pair of shoes. So let's at least get you something cool out there to use. So like we try to hit all the different items. But yeah, and the reason is because you have swaps, people that have the wrong sizes, they want a more comfortable fit and stuff like that. And honestly, like, check our website if anybody cares. Clothing is always almost readily available because after the initial pre-sale of stuff and then we ship it, we don't do a lot of crazy sales after the fact. Like, we have that built hype and people buy it immediately. But then after the fact, when the hype's gone and there's nothing really pushing it, a lot of those clothes we just kind of have, and then they trickle out every so often. People will find it and buy it. So if anybody's ever looking for stuff and they want it now, clothing is always in stock on the website.
Dude, I love this, and I'm a big fan of varsity jackets, but I love the one where you unzipper these designs are crazy. Let's just start there. But when you unzipper you see the bones, like, come on,
it's so goofy.
Whose idea was that? That was a great idea. Love it.
So I think that was Rick. So in Bull Airs, you've got Tom, head honcho Tom Bowman. We recently just brought in a gentleman named Rick Clifton, to be exact. And he used to work for Ryan, our COO. And he was like, I got this great designer. We should bring him in, give him a test run, see how he does. And it was one of those things where we were like, let's put him on. I'm just going to tell you a little bit beyond the business. Put him on a 3-month like retainer and just see what we can get done with it. And within like the first month and a half, we're like, we're doing it. Hire him, like straight up, put him on the books, get him hired. And Rick has just been amazing. He's helping us with the factories. He is pumping out like cool ideas and designs. He's contributing like I would have never imagined. And it's just been awesome because he relieves a lot of stress off us. So huge shout out to Rick on doing a lot of the stuff, man. Like he knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, some of this stuff is very like unique, and like I love that whole zipper thing. I think that's awesome. Look at this hat. You know, got the brains underneath. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. A lot of cool designs now.
Yeah, it's great design elements besides just the garbage pail logo. Like you can tell that a lot of thought was put into this for each part of the clothing to have something on it. It's really cool, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I wish I could say I designed a lot of this. I didn't do anything here, but I know the stories behind it.
So
you're the person here
who came up with the Killer Tomatoes line and who thought to do that, because that is such like a 90s kids fever dream. The attack of the Killer Tomatoes, like
yeah.
So when you're like talking niche lines, that is such a crazy niche line that I was so shocked to see.
I will say we did try to get George Clooney to advertise for it. I'm not even joking. We did make sure we asked that question. Where can I get some turtle kicks? I'll answer that in a second. That's a loaded question. But with the attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I don't know if it was like on the forefront of what we were doing, but if you looked at the GPK stuff, one of the logos we put on there is a company called Atomic Toy Box. Now, when you do a lot of this licensing, you find out like licensing is the most confusing thing in the world because everybody owns a little bit of everything. Like National Lampoons, like the National Lampoons, like Christmas Vacation we did over the holiday season was you couldn't put Christmas Vacation. They didn't own it. They own National Lampoons, but you can do like stuff from it, but you can't use names or sayings because like Warner Brothers owns it. It's like they're so confusing. So what's great about Atomic Toy Box, which are these guys, is the guy we work with is Michael, a friend of ours now, unbelievable human being. He represents Garbage Pail Kids, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and Mars Attacks, and we've done all those drops. So he represents Tops essentially, which is who you get Garbage Pail Kids through. And we love that stuff. Like we just love that niche. What the hell is this stuff? So when we found out about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, it was straight up. I don't care how much money it's going to make. We got to do this.
It's so awesome. It's just so niche. I was like, and then I love that your guys' logo for your street reps is street sharks. Like
the street sharks. Yeah.
Like,
we got to change that.
No, I like that.
Is there an advantage business wise? Because like you said, you know, if you're going for these niche markets, stuff that, you know, if you wanted to do something Iron Man, that's oversaturated already. But going after these niche markets of stuff that isn't represented, when you then go to these companies for licensing, is that an advantage in your court, being that, you know, they're not like Marvel, they're not getting or maybe they are, but not to the same level that Marvel is, getting inundated with requests and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, so everybody knows, head of Marvel, one of our biggest customers. Kevin loves our stuff. Love Kevin. Kevin's the nicest guy. So yes. So when we go to something called Licensing Expo in May, it's in Vegas every year. When we started going, I wasn't with the company, and it was one of those things where everybody was just like, get the hell out of here. Who are you? We went last year. Ryan and myself went last year, and I shit you not, everybody was pulling us out of meetings to work with us. So seeing this stuff. So, and it is like niche things, and then like niche to a level. So like what you had said, Sean, with like, you know, Iron Man, like we've done themed things before. Like we've done like Superman recently. You know, they were themed. There's no logos or anything. It's just something fun with like the colors and the designs that we did. And, they didn't do well. no one really cared about them, right? But then we did like Mars Attacks, and they're just the most loud, ridiculous things, and those did incredible. And then people love them, and like even if you don't wear them, our stuff doubles. Our licensing is in collectibles, not even clothing, because our stuff is doubles as statues for your shelf. And everybody comes to like talk to us about like, hey, I own this property, can we do this? And they're like some of the craziest like brands you would have forgotten about. Even like my funniest one that I talk about is Hot Pockets, as like to work with them. And like,
I love Hot Pockets, bro. Come on.
So honestly, I'm not even joking. The only thing that's holding up us delivering on that is trying to figure out how, we've joked about this on calls with them, is how to make the inside of the shoe hot when you put your foot in. So I'm trying to think of like, the hand warmers, like as part
hand
of the
warmers,
soul.
yeah.
And the inside was going to be like lava and cheese and pepperoni. Like it was like a whole joke. So we got to really play into the joke. But yeah, we've been approached by so many crazy, wonderful companies that you probably remember as soon as they pop up, and I can't wait to like show them when we get to that point. But yeah, Hot Pocket is just a funny one that I can pull out of my pocket.
Dude, listen, so it's funny because I haven't seen this one and I'm already freaking out. This is I hope this is my favorite movie of all time. If this is the Sandlot.
They came in. They both came in on Tuesday.
Dude, this is cool. I love the Sandlot.
One of the best movies ever.
And
you want to know one of the funniest defects that we found on them? The funniest defect that we found on those was I believe they actually used like a real baseball for it, like an authentic baseball, and they cut it and everything. The stitching on two of them was blown open, and it looks like you blew open an actual baseball.
Yeah, that for me is like good though. I
think really cool. Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. It's just really funny. Like that, I was just talking about it in like a group chat earlier because we're getting them replaced because they're not supposed to be blown open. But yeah, this is one of those times where we this right here is not a digital render that's been edited or anything. This one is actually like, this is the shoe in the office that we took photos of, which we're trying to do more of, but our shoes take so long to make the initial sample that a lot of times we have to do it in CG, and then like sometimes we have to like go to like AI Gemini and be like, hey, what does this leather look like in this color? And then you have to like figure it out to see if it matches, because sometimes you'll draw it and it looks right, but then when you get the final product, the leathers don't work or the materials don't work. So we actually utilize, and I always tell people, you have to utilize it as a tool. Don't just lean on it and just put out slop. Like use AI to make sure something's going to look right, because if you're investing money into like a sample of something, you want to make sure that you are choosing the colors properly and that they can dye properly, because they will change contrast. And that when licensing happens, you have to make sure that your colors are correct. So we utilize that a lot, just to make sure stuff's perfect. And that's why we're very particular about our details. You should see the stuff that we get that's like off millimeters. We're like, nope.
Dude, and the other thing too is that, like, for me, it's two things, right? It's the colors, right? Like all the different colors, especially if you're somebody who dresses up and likes to, fit your outfits and stuff and look really good in them. For you to have these different colors to match with different looks, I think I like that a lot. And then it's also the Easter eggs. You always have like these little Easter eggs that if somebody's a true fan, they're gonna spot them right away. Like I went past one of the wrestling ones, and I thought that was cool. But that is cool. So when you guys come up with these, when you select, let's say, or when the opportunity comes forward on your desk to do a shoe for a certain fandom or a certain theme, how do you guys go about doing that? Like, do you do your research on them? Are they things that like you were truly a fan of as a kid, or like was there ever something that came across your desk that you had the opportunity to license and do a shoe for, but you really weren't aware of it and had to go do homework to get it spot on for the fans?
Yeah. So I'll answer that in a second. My dog just knocked something over. So every time I'm telling you this like so truthfully. So Tom knows tons of different. He knows everything about what's we're looking for. He knows everything about like all like pop culture and stuff. My dog is trying to get into like my s'mores little chocolate piece, driving me nuts. And you know dogs can't eat that, so sorry about that. So he knows everything that you really need to know about most properties. And what he does is, not on top of like when he's doing the designing, he will sit in his office. He's got a TV in his office, and he watches TV while he's designing. That's actually Tom wearing our Mega Man shoes. But he'll sit there and he'll design while he's watching the movies. And every once in a while, he'll be like, "Oh shit!" And he'll throw that in. That's how I picture it. He like grabs it from the screen. He throws it into the shoe. And he adds these little things. I took that photo.
Nice.
Jaws shoes coming soon. They're with the licensor, officially licensed.
That is awesome.
Well, we're actually going to bring the shoes to get photos inside the Jaws head. That's our buddy.
Nice.
That's one of our customers that became a friend. His name is Eddie.
Look
really
at the
nice
shoes.
dude.
He's got the Back to the Future shoes. Those are the hoverboards.
Yeah, leave this slide up. I got to tell you something about that one.
Okay.
But Tom is like I always pat his ego, but I always yell at him every day. He is like a goddamn genius. He's an absolute genius. Same with Rick. A lot of our shoes, 90% of them, when you get a shoe, you look at a shoe that was designed in an hour, and 90% of that design is usually retained. It's that extra 10% that really goes through the tweaking of like moving stuff around, adding the little details. Whenever I design a shoe, which is very rarely, I send it over to Tom and I say, make this a banger. And like I've done the Kingdoms, which we don't show anymore, but they were based off of Legend of Zelda. I did Chaoses, and those are based off of God of War. They had, instead of like a Nike swoosh on it, it was a blade of chaos, or the blades of chaos, but it had a real chain on it that was strapped to it.
Nice.
One of my favorites. Yep. And we just did that. I actually have a pair in my office. I got to ship out to the original voice actor. I'm blanking on his name, but I also sent one to Christopher Judge, who's the current voice actor, and then Sonny, who is Atreus. They both wanted one, and they got one. But this photo is great because we just got the Back to the Future licensing. Like we got official licensing, and we're super excited about it. But before that, we did a lot of inspired stuff. It was like something that Tom loved to do. And those are called steers. We actually made our own shoe based off of like the Hey Dude, changed it up a little bit, and did our own thing. And we made those are called hoverines. And Hey Dude just got the license for Back to the Future and totally ripped off our design. And we were like laughing so hard. We're like, no way. Like Hey Dude ripped us off. And it's an honor. But like you think it's like, oh, it's the board. It's no, like if you look at them together, they put a white sole on them, but they put the green patch on the back just like we did, which is like where the feet go. We used Velcro on the back because it made the aesthetic look good, but they pretty much put stuff in the same exact areas as us, and we were like that's really cool. They did that, but yeah, those are one of our more popular ones that we had done in the past. That was just no copyright infringement, just colors and shapes. You know what it is. We had a lot of fun with that one.
That's cool.
So I see that on your website, Gary, that you guys have a lot of like your inspired lines that we know, like you're nodding towards stuff, and then you have your officially licensed lines that you guys get to do and stuff like that. So
yeah,
you guys are still like kind of doing some inspired lines for things that you want to do, but you don't have licensing for and everything like that.
Yeah, we still do them from time to time. Like tomorrow is one of them. I also will talk about this photo here in a second because someone had asked about turtle shoes, and that is Arthur, one of our customers that turned into a friend. Wearing a pair of our party wagons. But yeah, we still do a lot of the inspired stuff. Like tomorrow, we've got some stuff coming out. Like essentially, we did the power loader from Alien as a high top. That's dropping tomorrow. And then one of Tom's favorite movies is a movie called Legend. I know nothing about it. I am so naive to it. But he I don't know if Ryan, our CEO, is watching this, but Ryan like hits me up and he's like, yeah, Tom said he was, Tom's doing this thing. It's going to be done by today. And I go, you sure about that? Because when I left, he was not doing what he needed to be doing. He got inspired and he started doing the shoe. And that's where the Legend one came about. And it's like just based off of like this Satan looking character. Like I said, I'm sorry, I don't know the property.
Tim
I told
Curry,
Ryan
right?
about it. What was that?
think it's Tim Curry. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Curry, the actor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That checks out. That sounds about right. And Ryan doesn't wear high tops usually. He wears low tops. So he's like, that's like one of my favorite movies. So I was like, and I told Tom, I go, Ryan's going to ask you to do a low top watch. He goes, I don't have time to do a low top. And he's like super mad about it. And if you look at the website tomorrow, we're dropping a low top version too. And that's because Ryan really wanted one. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. But this is essentially, I don't know where Brendan is. Brendan is our shipping manager and many hats of other things. But Tom's the guy on the left with the M on his head. Ray, who's in the front with the goofy hair. Ray is someone we also became friends with, and now he doesn't work for us, but he comes out to shows every once in a while, and he was at San Diego with us, and he helps out. He's the vocalist for a band called Super Monster Party, which is like video game metal, and they do a little bit of everything. He did our song that if you've ever heard it, it's our Bull Airs theme song. It's called Walk With Me, and very pop punk themed because Tom loves pop punk. So he did that song for us, which is absolutely insane. And then Ryan's the one with the long beard. He's our COO. That was our first convention altogether. So
I was about to say, you guys look like you're in a rock band. That all your hair, the beards, the tattoos, you got it going.
Yeah, Ray. Awesome. It's crazy with Ray. Ray just walks up to everybody, knows everybody. He it's Kerry King from Slayer to come over and talk to us. Like he got us hooked up with Guar. We have a Guar collab coming up soon.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's like Ray has been a valuable asset to just our friendship and our team. So people think he works for us, but he doesn't. He's just a friend that's kind of attached at the hip at this point.
Well, when you popped up on the big screen, I was like, "Is this a young Gary Holt, man?"
This is cool. So this is a lot of pictures from the con. When you guys started going to the cons, did you think that you would get that big of a reception every time you go to the cons, especially now? Because we're going to go through these pictures, and obviously here's the Black Power Ranger.
That's Ray's best friend, Walter.
What is it really?
Yeah. That's why Walter's over. And also, he's the only time I've ever met somebody. Like I've met so many celebrities and talked to so many people at this point that I'm like, I don't geek out. Black Ranger is my favorite Power Ranger growing up, and like the first time I talked to Walter was the first time I've ever been nervous talking to anybody.
That's funny.
Yeah,
he's the nicest guy. My husband and I go to Ranger Stop here in Orlando pretty much every year when they come through, and we've met Walter several times. Met JDF several times. Honestly, almost all the Rangers are really great people. They're very nice.
They're all super nice. Yeah, we worked with Steve Cardenas in a drop during New York Comic Con. Yeah, cool. Steve's wonderful too.
Yeah.
But to Miguel's question about conventions and stuff, we'd always done conventions. We were always small. We did 10 by 10 booths and stuff like that. And we go to these conventions thinking that we're still a small business, and just the outpouring attention that we get at these geek conventions, these nerd conventions, as we'll say. I don't like the word geek, so we're gonna go with nerd. These nerd conventions where everybody there's some of our bull mags lighting up, where people come out and see us. We always love it. It's always super fun. We don't go to sell. We go to hang out and show people stuff, and really just kind of get new customers essentially, or get people turned on to it that might not know about us. And it's usually a good 50-50. Just recently, we started going to sneaker conventions. Now, Tom went to a sneaker convention in Ohio maybe 2 years ago, and he said not a single person gave a damn about us being there. And with us, we do a lot of custom. So the internet's a cruel place. And as you see, we do a lot of custom Nikes, and we'll customize them. Stay within the legal parameters. We do what we're supposed to do. Always like to make sure people know that. We are getting away from that. Oh, there's Brendan. So we are getting away from that, and we're doing our stuff, which are you've seen in the Garbage Pail Kids and stuff. And we went to SneakerCon in DC. We got invited to SneakerCon in DC, and that was in November, I think. And we were Tom and I are driving, and we're going over the names, because I don't know shit about this. I don't know the names. I know the toe box, and I know the collar, and I don't know all the names of the areas of the shoe and stuff. So I'm not perfect. So him and I are going through, and we're quizzing each other while we're driving down to New York or down to DC, and making sure that these people are They know that we know what we're talking about. Tom does. I don't. So we're getting there. We're going. We're like super nervous. How are we going to be received? And we're freaking out because we've always been shunned by the sneaker community. Everybody online talks crap about us. They hate us. It's not authentic. How dare they do these customs type thing? It's insane. We get to SneakerCon and we pretty much got best in show. Everybody was freaking out about us. Everybody said there's nothing like that, because if you've never been to a sneaker convention, it's just a bunch of people that just bring boxes with them. They're just trying to sell shoes.
Yeah.
So we're there, 20-foot booth, huge, and everybody was so amazing. All the customizers were there, like,
Nice.
How did you get to this level? Holy crap! And they're like, everybody was so amazing. I could not believe it. They everything that Tom and I rehearsed to make sure we knew what we were talking about. It didn't exist. Didn't have to say a single thing. Everybody was floored by what we brought, and we also brought like 98% Bull Air silhouettes, and then like a little couple of like custom Nikes, like our Shoe Boys and Masters of the Shooniverse that we did. So we did a couple small ones in there, and everybody was like, "What is this on? What is this on?" I'm like, it's our silhouette. It's our shoe. And like, what does that mean? I'm like, like Nike or Adidas, we're Bull Airs. We have our own shoe. And they were like, how do you do this? And it was like, it was the greatest feeling ever. And then we got invited to another show that was called Got Soul that Tom went and did in New Jersey. Same reception.
Jersey.
And then we just locked in a deal with SneakerCon. We literally just locked in 10 shows.
Nice. Let's go.
So we're on the sneaker circuit now.
I don't know how you could hate on this though. Like, it's so creative and it's so fun and it's like stylish. Like, it's everything, man. I don't know how you could hate on something like this.
It's the internet, man. The internet really gets under our skin sometimes, and we finally got to that point to where we backed away.
That's the best thing you can do.
I have to have that talk with the team sometimes, because sometimes they get into internet arguments. I'm like, let's step back. Like, don't. It's less than 1%. Don't worry about it.
But that 1% is the most vocal, minority you'll ever encounter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've had people go off on Reddit and Facebook and all that. But at the end of the day, it's like we get very passionate about it, because I'm not going to speak for you guys, but I don't know if you've ever created something, like you've drawn it and then it shows up and you're like, I made this, and like it never gets old. It never gets old seeing something that you thought of arriving in physical form. So we're like, this is hours upon hours of just going over it with the factory and making sure every little thing's perfect. So like, we get tons of pride in it. And the first time someone says it's shit, we get so offended, because we're like, but we put so much work into it. So yeah, sometimes we get caught up in it, but that's what happens with a lot of those shoe situations. People are very dedicated to the Nike brand, and they're very hostile about it. And on the internet, it's completely different than real life, we found out. And we could not be happier. Like, it was one of the greatest feelings, just seeing everybody excited and being able to essentially tell people how we got there and mentor them. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah. If that's the attitude you have, you could be getting a firestorm online. You go to the conventions in person, not a peep. It's all keyboard warriors and that sort of stuff. In person, you'll never come into contact. Miguel, I think you told me once, they're like grasshoppers. As soon as you approach them, they go silent.
They go quiet. That's right.
Remember that? Yeah.
That's right.
So Gary, the brand started with you guys customizing Nikes, which is why y'all do like the small batch to stay. Because when Miguel was showing me your brand for the show tonight, I was remembering like the lawsuits that happened with like Lil Nas X when he was doing his stuff with customizing Nikes, and it brought up this whole like, legality issue with the. So when I saw that y'all were doing Nikes, but you guys have all those statements and stuff saying like it's done in a specific way to where it's legal. So because these are more of like a customized option, and then like I saw like a lot of the Steamboat Willie stuff, I'm assuming you guys are able to do that because it's now into public domain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we fly real close to the sun on a lot of stuff.
I love it.
Those Steamboat Willie ones are amazing, though.
They're so nice.
Like,
So what's funny about the steamboats, and I still got to get to that person's comment about the turtle stuff, and I want to make sure they're still here. Stick
we'll
around.
get them. Yeah, it's figure con. We'll get them. We'll get them.
But the steamboat stuff was awesome because the steamboats came from a time where we were in a very bad spot as a business. People weren't buying, ideas weren't hitting. We didn't know what to do. It was genuinely. And we're like, I love that. That's Ben and Paula, two of my favorite humans of all time that were in there. They are the neatest people. Yeah, Ben works at Blizzard. He actually works on World of Warcraft, which is like one of my favorite.
Oh, he looks familiar. I think he's friends with one of our friends that work at Blizzard. That used to be in Sideshow.
They're in California. They're amazing. There's a Steamboat Willies right there. So the Steamboat Willies came from a time where there was no desperation, but it was something where like we need something to really land and hit, and they did. Like people love those shoes. They're so beautiful. I actually want to do more. And then like we re-released them a few times too.
I work in the parks, and I don't think I've ever seen any of these shoes, but especially like the Steamboat Willies. Like I've never seen them in all the times that my husband and I have either been working or out at the parks in general, because we live and work here in Orlando for Disney World. So, and we've been working for the parks for almost 10 years now. So when I saw those, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like so cool. Like such a unique product. Like it would just take one influencer, like walking around in those to just like blow it up.
Yeah. What I tell people is don't look for specific brands. Do something. Yeah, right. Tom's favorite show. Always watches it in the hotel room whenever we're trying to fall asleep. He's always got Married with Children on.
This is great.
But yeah, there's the trackers, which are sitting in U.S. Customs still, waiting for them to show up.
Oh man.
They've definitely become the trackers, trying to track them down. But yeah, I would say look at people's feet, right? And there's a pretty good chance that if it's something loud and obnoxious, it's probably us. That's where it's really come. And if you look at other brands are starting to get more bold with their designs. I saw Nike just did like a Jurassic Park collab, and those are a lot brighter. So the way that our philosophy works is you shouldn't have to put a logo of a franchise on your shoe to know what it is, or like any copyright infringement. And a lot of these other companies, they just like, oh, well, here's the color of, we'll say McDonald's, and like they throw the colors on there, and it's just two colors. Like you look at an SB Dunk, and it's just slotted in. It's not like there's no special stitching or changes in anything really, and that is an issue, right? So that's kind of how we were able to break in. And I love seeing these other companies finally get more bold with their designs. And that's why licensing's tough, because licensing doesn't like bold designs. They always try to play it safe.
Yeah.
And they think safe is the most money. But look at the sneaker game right now. It is getting pretty crazy. It is getting bolder, and licensing and licensed products like ours are it's really cool that it's paving the way at this point. And it's really, it's Tom and Rick, let me tell you.
Have you guys ever thought about anything Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Oh yeah, that's we've talked about that a lot.
I feel like that would slot into your guys' aesthetic and ideas perfectly.
Yeah, so I guess that's a good thing to bring up to slide back over to that Turtles question. Without saying too much, someone wasn't happy about those. So they were always themed. We never copyright infringed or whatever. Viacom was not cool with it. And let's just say we can't do that stuff anymore for the time being. That's also Nickelodeon, Legends of the Hidden Temple. So we can't do that stuff, but we're hoping that we can go back to Viacom and talk to them here soon and get licensing. It was unfortunately a sour deal back in the day that turned into a big issue for us. So that person's question about Turtles, like we don't touch anything inspired by with that anymore. But you know, if you go online, you can still probably find some of the stuff. We didn't make a lot of them, but people can still find them on like eBay or like our sneaker group. You can find that stuff being resold every once in a while. There's couple of them floating out there. There's some shoes that there were only 25 made, There's some that are only 10 made. So they're harder to find. But we did a lot of fun
crying.
stuff with that. Dude, I'm so sorry.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Andrew would love a TMNT shoe as well. My husband has a huge Turtles collection to my left over here, and we actually got to meet all of the voice actors and get their signatures several years back at a smaller convention here in Orlando. And so, like, it's such a huge fan base and a good opportunity. So I hope that they don't like hold a grudge and give you guys the opportunity, because it's like you have a demand for it. So why would they not?
Yeah, well, I think the other thing too is that like now you guys are getting a lot more popular now, right? So like they're gonna see that and eventually, you know, be like, all right, maybe this is the way to go now, because they've been doing it for a while now. You know, it's getting more popular. They're doing other lines. They're getting other licenses. So why not do it? So I'm hoping you do get the license for it eventually. And I think you will eventually. You guys are obviously growing pretty quick. You're getting popular pretty quick. Everything's going in the right direction. So I think with all that being said, hopefully that, you know, comes to fruition.
We're really hoping, man. I want to do a Rocco's Modern Life shoe. So like,
nice.
you know, that's it's all under the same umbrella. But yeah, with the turtle stuff, I'm very passionate about Ninja Turtles. Like it is my life. It really truly is. It's led me down this amazing path where, you know, Jim Lawson, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, Steve Levine, like those are all friends of mine. I could talk to them whenever I want. And well, most of them. I don't talk to Pete that much, but I talk to the other guys and like the designers at NECA, like Trevor and Randy and Aaron. And like, these are all good friends of mine that I like to just talk to about cool stuff. And we all like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, musicians and actors in the industry, they're always friends with each other type thing. Yeah. It's like in this space, the creative space, you find yourself being friends with all the same, like different franchises of ideas or different things that you're doing, but you all become friends and you get to talk about cool things and you share cool ideas with each other. And like, that's just so much fun. But with Turtles, I'm very passionate about it. And if, you know, you're probably all my age too, Turtle Mania in the 90s kind of fizzled out in like 93, 94. And I always look at that and I was like, oversaturation, you're doing too much. You just want that. You just want the money in the end, and you're not really putting your heart behind the products that are going out. And I'm seeing that happen again with like post Mutant Mayhem, and you can see like they just canceled Tales of the TMNT on Paramount Plus and
Paramount Plus. Yeah.
But if you look at the success of the 1990 movie re-release last year. Now we're doing the second movie re-release this year for the 30th anniversary. And like you get these anniversaries and they make them money and they turn out. It's unfortunate that there's not a lot of new Turtle fans coming up, but the old heads are still putting up the money. So what I want to do as a company and what we do with a lot of these, I want to enrich the brand. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be limited, but like Tom and my favorite franchise is the Ninja Turtles. It just is. And I love that. The Eiyuden Chronicles, that was a collab we did for the game, a release. We just love Ninja Turtles and we just want to give, like, it's, you know, everybody gives it the love it deserves really a lot of times. NECA does, Super 7, but like for us, we want our lane to give it the love it deserves. So yeah. That's kind of how we see it. I want Turtles to be around another 50 years so that I can buy the stuff. You know, that's really it. I want to be able to buy more cool stuff. So I want to contribute to that brand to stay relevant.
Past couple of years, though, I think Last Ronin has done pretty well to boost the overall series, though. Yeah, I've done a couple conventions. Sorry, what was that?
That's my favorite thing. My new French bulldog that we rescued from a special needs like rescue. His name is Ronin.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I've seen Eastman at a bunch of conventions, and ever since Ronin, his line and his space and everything is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'll show you if you want to. I got this right next to me. So I was doing this with NECA. It never really went anywhere. But there's this, they called like First to Fall Raphael that they did, and they didn't do any other ones. So I did Last Stand Leo, and it was like a special spoiler alert. He blows up. So like the idea was the color of the explosion. I copied it out of the comic book, and then the other side was more of the standard color. So because he gets blown up from the side, but we were working on a concept like that for an official release, but unfortunately never really went anywhere. So I've got the one hand painted one that I did of that, and then this one's a little basic one, Blood in the Snow Donatello. These were named by Ben Bishop, by the way. But like Blood in the Snow Donnie that I had done. So yeah, and then my last stand Raph was like a custom that I did a while back with some special paint on it. But there's an official one of those. We only got that one, never got the rest of them. So maybe one day he'll come out. But last
Ronin's freaking out. Look, he's like Miguel. I like this guy.
I like turtles. I'm a turtle guy.
Oh, that's so funny. Dude, this is pretty cool. So going back to, you know, the whole internet stuff. I mean, it's hard to please everybody, and I don't think you ever will. But as long as your like true fans are there, and like I said, just going through these pictures, you see a lot of fans going up to the booth, and you're with celebrities and stuff. This is cool. But now you kind of want to shift gears. Here we go. This is the stuff that they were hitting me up for. Everybody was tagging me on the Wolverine and Deadpool and all that. But this is neat. Look at all these celebrities.
Oh, there's Richard Chavez. Yeah. Those Wolverine and Deadpool themed ones we did. Those were the bane of my existence because we had a lot of people bought like the battle damage ones, and all of those were hand painted.
That's crazy.
I was this close to getting a pair, and I didn't know the company at the time, so I hit one of my guys who's also a sneakerhead. I was like, "Hey, you ever heard of Bull Airs?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they're cool." But again, I looked at the price, and as you can see behind me, I'm already knee deep in several other things. So $750 for 2 pair, and I'm a sneakerhead. I'm all in for my J's, but I'm like, how much? And I was like,
dude, we get it.
I'm like, that's a statue. I mean, I get my statue for that, but I'm kicking myself now because I should have gotten a pair.
Yeah, you teeter a line of like, we're super high end. So when you bring shoe prices down, you kind of lose that. Like some people feel less special. Like it's like they feel it's less value for the item. And then you got to bring them back up, and they feel like they got a bait and switch at that point. Wrong use of that term, but that's the term that they always use. Like, well, you got me in at 150, and now everything's 450. What the hell? Tariffs, inflation. It's like, no, that's our normal price. So like, we're always trying to like balance it. So we're always putting out like new silhouettes to try to get everybody. Thank you, Philip the Fool. Appreciate that. We were always trying to get like something new. Like we have a new silhouette coming out called a Toro. And it's essentially our take on the Adidas Samba. And we're able to get them, we're able to sell them at 150. That's the current like end goal. We've already submitted our first design, and the factory is just like, what the hell? And I was like, well, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Because they're supposed to be like basic, like easy to do shoes. And I'll just tell you right now, it's got like Swarovski like crystals all over it. And we're like,
what?
He's like, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm like, I didn't do it. Wasn't me. It's pretty fun. And that's a niche property. I know Ashlyn was talking about it earlier about like the niche stuff. One like that people never hear of, like Red Sonja. So
I
we're doing
love
Red Sonja drop.
Dale Simone is just a legend. I love Red Sonja. And I was going to actually ask you, because I know I saw on the website there was like a drop down in your FAQs about, do you guys do stuff for women and like more girl centric properties? And you guys on the website are like, we're trying to break in more to that and, you know, hit the women's market. Because I feel like the women's market, it's crazy, right? Like heroines are huge in comics. Women are all over the place, but yet women are a very underserved community within the comic and nerd community.
Yeah. We've always tried to be ambiguous with our drops, but we totally get like, you know, throwing out like those like the R2D2 themed ones. Like they're not really for everybody. Like those are definitely more of a male centric shoe. When we've always tried to be ambiguous. Funny enough, I wrote that FAQ 2 years ago. So like we are always still trying to push the envelope. So we got like Red Sonja's coming. The base shoe is definitely not a woman's shoe. Funny enough. But like that smaller one, the Toro, is definitely going to be a woman's shoe. We've got Elvira coming. So Elvira's done. We've shown it off in our live streams.
So is that like a official licensed Elvira? Because I know she's very particular with her licensing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we're working with Cassandra and everything.
Nice.
So yeah, no, it's we got sneakerheads. We got 2 sneakerheads we got the lace faces that go on there. We'll have them actually at ToyFair next week. We've got the shoes in. We got we got a bomber jacket that's purple. The wife's actually got it downstairs. She has one of the samples she's been testing out. She loves it because she gets free stuff all the time to test out. But we are trying to explore more of those. Some like, I know it's a weird one, but like Teletubbies can kind of go both ways.
Teletubbies.
You know, we talked to Teletubbies. We got some really cool, very popular cereals coming that I have an NDA on. But think of like some of the most popular cereal brands.
Nice.
They are
colorful,
some of the
colorful ones.
What was that?
Colorful cereal brands.
Very colorful.
Very themed. Normally in October.
I already kind of got like an idea. I'm like,
I will say one of the designs is great. They're bangers. I really hope that they like see the light of day because they are beautiful. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that we do. We are like Ashton, we are trying to definitely get everything done. Even those short horns on the side there with the red tips, those are more of a unisex style. It was for both.
For sure. The
I just say unisex. That's the wrong word. Yeah.
With this style is anything with like a flat shoe base he can't do, so it sucks. Like he was always a big Vans guy, always loved these style shoes with the flat bases on them, and he just can't do them anymore, so it sucks. Like,
yeah. Our shoes are super comfortable. I got a really bad back from skateboarding for 18 years, so like I'm pretty rough with what I wear, and AJ1s, SB Dunks, like love the silhouette. Most uncomfortable shoes ever for someone like me. If you ever see me at a convention, you're probably going to see me wearing our stuff now at this point, like our like silhouettes. Our shoes are the most comfortable shoes. Even like with some of the stuff, like I love SB Dunk silhouettes, and we're like I said, we're moving away from those. But I made custom SB Dunk style soles, which we haven't even released yet. So moving forward, we're going to be doing something similar. So same kind of silhouette, a little smaller in our, not as bulky, but super comfortable soles. So keep an eye out for that. All of our stuff, all of our soles, like I said, like they saved my life at conventions.
Calvin, do you have your stuff with you or no?
I do. So just
let me do this. Hold on.
I've got this on here for Great Scott for
a reason. Hell yeah.
But I've always wanted a pair.
Oh, the low mags.
Yeah, so I didn't go with again because of price, and I probably had like 5 other pre-orders coming in at the same time. So I didn't go with the highs, but I did with the lows. But they've got USB here from the plug-in, so you can recharge them whenever you want. These things are really dope.
That's cool.
Flash, speed flash there. So yeah, these are hella dope. So as my room is getting full and I'm running out of space, I'm sure I end up being on your site more often than not moving forward. And as I always say, the internet is the damn devil, because I just went through the site just now. I'm a huge Disney guy. I've been to every park but Shanghai and Hong Kong so far, and Abu Dhabi's getting built now, so I've got those 3 parks left to hit. But my favorite movie, and I went and grabbed this real quick, is
oh yeah.
And I
so
just saw
so you saw the standouts. I'm
yes,
saying.
I just look. Come on, man.
But there was another one. There was another one during Christmas that you wanted.
Yeah, there's been several. So I was like,
what's the one from the Grinch? Didn't you like the
Grinch
for
Christmas? Yeah, it was a pair of Grinch ones I was thinking about grabbing for Christmas, and I was like,
those. Oh my god, those popped off beyond imagine.
I planned to get a pair of those, but I was like, Ghostbusters coming. My Ghostbusters are coming. My Ghostbusters are coming. So I was like, I'm gonna hold off, but yeah, man.
Well,
but you guys make some amazing stuff.
Hit me up tomorrow if you want. I probably got some high tops of the Bull Mags sitting in the office.
Nice. There you go. If you
want another pair.
Yeah, let me ask you a question before we get to the toy line, because I definitely want to talk about this toy line. So obviously you got a bunch of different niches, different fandoms that pretty much fit a lot of different people, right? Have you ever thought of actually collaborating with like other companies? Because obviously now you're friends with a lot of companies like NECA. We saw Scotty Young, or not that he's a company, but there's a company, Roosevelt's, that I think looks very good. with your products, and have you ever thought of like doing collabs with any other companies to kind of promote the shoes? Like even if you did something with NECA and like it came with a toy or something, like I don't know, something like that. Did you ever think of any of that stuff for your company?
Oh, yeah, all that's happened. Roosevelt's, we've already been talking about it with them. They're fans of us. We're big fans of them. So they're, I mean, they linger. Some of them linger in our group. So like they know. Definitely something that we want to do. We honestly love Roosevelt's. I'm friends with Randy Falk from NECA and Trevor Zamet and all that. It's a muddy thing. I've talked to Randy about it. We've wanted to collab with him. We've actually made Randy made him a pair of Goliath shoes from Gargoyles. And it was our hope to hopefully be able to do something, as a collab. Like we didn't do it for that reason, but we're like, it'd be really cool if we could do that. We've talked about it. We've also talked with this one's probably going to happen, but Super 7.
Nice. Yep.
That's that collab of things might happen at some point. Don't know what it's going to be, but we've talked with that, and I'm just trying to think of other ones like. One of our designers, he helps us. He's like on contract. You had photos of him doing signatures and stuff. His name is Nick Cowan. He works at Loungefly. So he makes, he's designed a lot of cool shoes for us. Like he did the Jaws shoes. He did the whole May 4th line last year, I think. So all of those were all him. We would love to collab with Loungefly, do it because that's what we tell licensors, like we're like Loungefly for your feet. That's kind of like our thing to really, drill it in. But those are some companies I think that'd be really awesome for us to collaborate with and do something together, either with one of their properties or if it's a company that owns IP, or just like Hot Topic, make a Hot Topic shoe, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I think that'd be really neat.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I think
Hot Topic
be cool.
back in the 2000s, the heyday.
Yeah, the heyday.
Yeah, we are actually going to be in Hot Topics soon. So
nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. A lot of big things.
We're growing up.
Yeah, companies like there's Factory Entertainment. There's so many different companies that you could probably do stuff with. Damn, I could think of if I make it to San Diego, I'll promise I'll bring some people around your booth and introduce you and see what happens from there.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be some cool stuff.
Yeah, we're doing one right now that's kind of like that, where it's like I guess like so we're doing something with Wu-Tang.
Oh, that's
through like Wu-Tang Radio.
Yeah.
But like with Wu-Tang, it's so confusing how it works. So it's like there's like that whole thing. So like there's like a special kind of collaboration there, and then collaborating with like youth basketball groups through that as well, and like stuff like that. So like we're trying to like we don't try to stay in our own lane. If something sounds cool, we're like we'll give it a shot. And I think like we did what did we do? Oh, there was another there's like a podcaster. We've done some podcasts, like one of ones exclusives for people, but Gil Restomod, I think was his name. He was an ex-NBA player, does like a basketball podcast show. We did a shoot for him. It never got made. They just kind of stopped responding to emails, unfortunately. But like that was like a fun collaboration that we were doing just for like promotion and giving this guy a special. It was like a birthday gift type thing. Shoe got designed. It was so cool. But it just never saw the light of day.
Dude, that's cool. But yeah, that stuff like that would be cool, man. But like I said, I'll bring some people around your booth to see what happens for sure. Let's talk about this toy line, because I know obviously there's a lot of good things coming from you, but this is one of the biggest reasons why we got you on the show. We want to help promote this toy line. Talk to us about this toy line and ToyFair coming up next week in New York.
Yeah.
And if you want to share your screen, you can go ahead too.
Yeah. So kind of my dream was to always do this. Let me put this down so I can get this going. Part of my dream has always been to launch a toy line. And huge shout out to Tom, because Tom is like the mastermind. He's the brains. If it wasn't for him, we would not be here. So like he's definitely the vessel for us to be able to do this. Double Dragons, that would be animated show would be cool. I think who owns Double Dragon? Do we know? Is that Konami?
I'm not sure. Figure it out. Let us know.
Working with Konami, I can tell you that much. So Castlevania.
There you go.
But I've always wanted to do toys. I'm a big toy collector. I do toy photography. It's like my thing. And I just had the opportunity to like, hey, we should do high quality action figures. One of my good friends, his name is Near. He's on YouTube as Mad Hatter Reviews. And he saw our Denver The Last Dinosaur stuff. And he was like freaking out. This was at DesignerCon 2024. And he goes, you guys, and he like hits me up at like the middle of the night in the hotel room. He goes, you guys should do action figures. And I was like, we could. We've got the design skills and stuff. So here we are. It is now 2026 and it's happening. So our company is called Sneak Attack Toys. I don't have a slide to bring that up, but Sneak Attack Toys, the whole shtick with it is we're bringing you franchises you probably forgot about. So it's a sneak attack, but we're also a sneaker company. So the sneak has laces on it, and all of the figures are going to have swappable feet, ankle rockers, and you take the feet off, and they're going to have shoes that are our silhouettes that are either be ones that we've done or colorway. So like, I'm going to show you Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese has the Chuck E. Cheese shoes that we just got done pre-selling in September that you showed earlier.
Nice. Yeah.
So those are going to be put on there. So I can bring that up.
That's so smart. Oh, I love it. I love it.
1 second, everyone. I'm trying my best here.
So the Chuck E. Cheese line is officially licensed through Chuck E. Cheese. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. We're making sure these are all going to be fully licensed products. So I did get the approval to talk a little bit more about this. This was designed by my good friend Kyle Wadaga, ex Super 7, now at Mattel. And I just said, hey, this is what I want. So we were able to get this done. And you can see double jointed is the goal here. We might go single jointed, still pending, depending on how the model turns out. But here's the little shoes that you're going to be able to swap out with it. These might be a little more detailed than we can get in that size, but we're going to see. We got your pizza, you've got your cane, you got your extra hands, your cake, and then we got a swappable head, which I'm trying to get the ability to do a magnetic swappable hat, so you can have the winking face with the normal hat as well. So that's kind of where we're working right now. He's being sculpted by a legend, a legend in the industry. His name is David Vonner. He is like a producer, so like he has a team of sculptors underneath him, I believe, but he is heading the project for us, and we are hoping. He told us we'll have it. We're gonna have a printed, painted sample of it for the ToyFair next week, so we'll have it at our booth to show off, looking really nice and cool. So he's coming soon. He's really exciting. Kickstarter. We're gonna do a Kickstarter on it to see how it works. And we're going to have stretch goals and stuff. Our goal is to definitely have this ready to go, like at Kickstarter. So then when everybody's ready to jump in and put their money down, you could just start getting cool free goodies or extra add-ons. So like, you're not going to have to worry about it not funding, because we are really all invested in this. So that is our first one that we're doing. Couldn't be happier, and couldn't work with a better company. Chuck E. Cheese. Best licenser we've worked with so far. They'll approve stuff in an hour.
Wow.
Oh my God. Look, most of these companies take a week to a month to approve our concepts or designs. They take an hour at most. And they're like, love it, let's go. I was like, all right, awesome. Cool. So I could not be happier with that.
If I may be so bold as to make a suggestion, any thoughts of Jeffrey the Giraffe, Toys R Us?
So I hear some laughing, but we have a license with.
I think that would be a hit for you guys.
We have a license with Galestone Media, who does PandaCon, and we've done the PandaCon stuff. And he actually works at Toys R Us in Canada and knows the owner. So that's a possibility. We can probably make that happen.
Yeah, I think that would be a home run for you guys. Cool. Yeah.
Did you see what Philip the Fool said?
Let's get the double joint. So here,
you gotta hit his dance moves.
Let me explain why this is tough, right? So I'm thinking. So if everybody knows how these like brain thoughts work, I'm I might keep the elbows double jointed, but do single jointed in the knees. Now, the way that I'm basing this is I've been playing with the Jada Toys Chester Cheetah. And one thing I don't like in action figures is a thigh swivel. If you buy Marvel Legends or GI Joe Classified and stuff, they always put these thigh swivels, these thigh cuts in the thigh, and it breaks the sculpt up and it looks bad. And like if there's texture or anything, and it just doesn't look good. You see this black line across the legs. Chuck E. Cheese's legs are a little too thin to really put in like the NECA in thigh swivel that hides all of that. But if you do it as a single joint pin and get a 90 degree, sometimes a little bit more, you can put the swivel in the knee. And then the actual knee comes over. So I always encourage anybody who have any idea what I'm talking about, check out the Jada Toys Chester Cheetah action figure, and you can actually see what I'm talking about with that. But I'm aiming for great articulation and great shelf presence. I want this to look smooth and presentable on a shelf. I don't want you to see all the crazy cuts and everything to make it, do crazy ninja moves. Like that's not the whole point of it, but I want him to be able to pose and sit with all of your NECA or your Super 7 stuff. Kind of like Mythic Legion figures, 100%. I'm pretty sure I've got one on my desk here. I've got the mouse. The mouse. He's somewhere around. Maybe he's behind me. I just got like that Mouse King one or whatever the heck it is from the holiday.
I just like that it's the classic Chucky that we grew up with and not whatever that monstrous thing is now. That pops up.
Yeah, that was definitely something we were making sure was going to happen. He's late 70s, early 80s. No cigar, no cigar smoking Chuck E. Cheese. But if this does well, we do plan on moving on to Mr. Munch and all of that. We want to do the whole crew, Jasper Jowls, and then at some point get like that stage. We want to do the stage where they'll be able to slot in and it'll be like their stomachs and their
like a little diorama type thing.
Yeah, we want to do that whole thing. We also want to get to like accessories, like maybe an accessory pack of all the weapons. Jeez, all the all the instruments.
You're thinking turtles.
I am thinking turtles.
Chuck E. Cheese. I don't remember that.
Glad I didn't go that day.
I'm really excited about this. This has been like a dream come true for me. It's one of the same thing with shoes. You see the thing show up and you're like, oh my god, it's happening.
Back together.
It is 100. We've had so many The Office meme situations where it's happening, everybody's running around. We've had so many of those in our office. It's unreal. Like it never gets old. This is unapproved. This hasn't been approved yet. This is before articulations cut. This has not been run by Chuck E. Cheese, but this is pending licensor approval. This is the sculpt of Chuck so far. So we're still waiting on it to get done. Where is he? There he is. This is just like a screenshot. Let me see if I can change it. Is it showing it? Nope. Hold on.
No. So on the top, it should say share this screen, or you can just back out and go back in, whatever you want.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm sorry. Here.
No, you're good.
This one. Oh, entire screen. There it was. It was only doing the window before. I was trying to do just the one.
Let me see if it shows. Okay, there we go.
There we go. So this is some of the progress. This is after multiple revisions. So I'm being very particular about it. It's an off-screen shot, so I apologize. But this is some behind the scenes. And this is what you're getting. Like, this is part of the figure. And this is a T-pose, if you know what that is. So I'm very, very excited about that.
That's awesome. Now, do you have a projected price for these, or is that too early to know?
Too early to know, but I do want to let everybody know that I do know how much toys cost. I know everything about the industry. If I can have my way, I do not want to go over $45.
Okay.
So right now, NECA's at 35 to 43, depending on what they are, but they're also mass produced a lot more than we are putting out. So hopefully we can hit that price mark. I don't want to go over that. I don't want to go to the 55, 65 Super 7 route. I really want to stay around that 45 with all the accessories that we're including.
This is cool though.
So Chuck's number one, launching in April via Kickstarter. We'll have a bunch of advertisements and stuff leading up to it. He will be shown at New York Toy Fair. If you're not going to New York Toy Fair, which it's like more of a closed private event, we'll be at ZoloCon at the end of February. That's in Pennsylvania, King of Prussia to be exact. And
Nice.
we will be right between NECA and McFarland. So you can't miss us.
Oh, wow.
So if you're in the Pennsylvania area, we'll be able to do that for you. You can come over and see it. Sorry, my dogs are barking in the background. It's like kind of.
Nah, you're okay.
The wife's going to bed and she's trying to get Ronan in here. And then what else we got? We got I'll show you this one I'm so excited about. So you saw earlier Denver Last Dinosaur. He's the one that started it all for us. This one's being sculpted by my friend Sebastian Gomez. And this man just recently kind of started doing this stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my God. This guy is a genius. He, I cannot praise this man enough for the work that he's put into this. So no pupils, because the pupils get painted on later on, so everybody knows. You don't want to sculpt on the pupils because then when the spray hits it and it misses it, then you can see it's wrong. So he is going to be articulated very, very well as well. He's a chunky boy, but if you've ever seen the NECA Earl Sinclair action figure they did from Dinosaurs, that is what I'm basing it off of. And I actually sent that figure to Sebastian to go over so he can make sure cuts are done properly. So
that's awesome.
He's not going to be like crazy articulated, but if you know anything about Denver, there's a really iconic pose where he leans back on one foot. He's playing his guitar and he's got his cool rocket glasses on, and he's just having a blast. And a lot of times he's either winking or he's got his tongue sticking out. You're going to be able to get that with this figure.
Nice.
So,
look at that.
Sebastian sent this to me yesterday. He sent me the winking face today. I didn't prep it because it just came in like a couple hours ago.
This is cool.
But he is just a genius. I'll show you a close up of the face as well. So there is a nice close look of what he's doing. And this is revision number 2. The first one was a little bit off. And huge shout out once again to my buddy Near, Mad Hatter Reviews, because I sent it over to him. He goes, there's something wrong with it. And him and I talked about it on the phone. Even though he's just a friend, giving me feedback, we both pinpointed the problem, sent it over to Sebastian, had it done in a day, re-showed it to us, and we're like, can't believe it. Here it is. Like, this is unbelievable. Nice. And we didn't even do the sketch for him, like you saw with Chuck. I just said, look at some of the photos from the cartoon and just do your best.
Dude, it looks good. The now, are you guys thinking of? Obviously, it's probably too early for this too, because I'm thinking ahead of the game. Are you thinking of any chases or any variant colored ones that might be a little bit more of a limited run or more of a collectible, like anything like that down the line, maybe, or any thoughts of that happening?
Yeah. So we're kind of exploring that with Chuck E. Cheese. We're not going to do chases or like that. Like with action figures, it's tough for that. Like Funko Pops, it's easy. But what we're doing with Chuck E. Cheese is during the Kickstarter. Now, once again, I need to preface, it's not final. This is only our internal conversation, stuff that we really want to do. We want to do for Chuck E. Cheese for stretch goals. We want to be able to offer a flocked version. So if you want a fuzzy Chuck, you can do a fuzzy Chuck. I want to add accessories. So different styles of his jacket that you'll be able to take off because they're like that rubber, that malleable plastic that you can take off. So I want to do different versions of that you can really kind of customize them, do some cool extra hats for them, and then also do an animatronic swappable head.
What?
So that we don't know if it's going to look right on the body or not yet because it's different. But we have that as a possible option as well. That might be a stretch goal, but we are talking about that. And then, the coins, they're over the time, they had their different color limited edition, like tokens. They're different golds and rose gold and bronze. We want to do stands that are those big tokens that they stand on.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
So we might do different ones. You don't know which one you're going to get. I will say that we are doing chase things in the future with our sneakerheads, which we didn't really talk about much, but with sneakerheads, we are going to be offering blind balls for Chuck E. Cheese, where you can get different color Chucks in there, and those will be hopefully at Chuck E. Cheese locations. We'll have those to show at ToyFair next week as well.
Nice.
Nadella, I'm so sorry, honey. I gotta go get Andrew from work. Gary,
it's okay.
thank you so much for your time. It was really cool to see everything you're working on. And Andrew's probably going to be upset when he looks through this website because it's going to be one more thing that he's going to end up getting into.
He really is.
I hear that every time. I definitely get it.
All right, well, thank you,
Ashton.
Ashton.
He's a huge Back to the Future Ninja Turtles fan, so he'll definitely have stuff to look at.
Awesome. Love to hear it.
Nice. Thanks, Ashton.
Lovely talking with you.
Nice meeting you.
Dude, that's really cool. I'm really excited for you, especially with you, because I know that's like your like child, right? Doing the whole toy line and stuff. Like that's your baby. But man, what are you looking forward to with this line as it progresses? Like, do you think this is gonna be like as big as the sneakers, or do you think like you guys are gonna have to start hiring more people, man? Like this is getting crazy.
Yeah, right? I mean, I am hoping that we get to a point to where we can hire more people, and not for the revenue, because we like sharing this stuff with people. Being able to pull somebody from something they might not be liking that they're doing and bringing them into our world of us screaming at each other and doing cool things, I think is going to be awesome, to be completely honest. I'm hoping the toy line kind of explodes. The way that we like to look at things is we do a little bit of everything, and we are not naive to the future. At any point, you can see sneaker collectors trickling down. You know, we're not looking, and like same with like toy stuff. Like you never know. So everybody works very hard in life. We work insanely hard. We love what we do. This is the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life. I was a corporate shill for 13 years. I was a GameStop manager for 6 years before that. Like that stuff was always like, oh, this is such a tough job. No, this is like the hardest job, but we love what we do. And we're hoping that no matter what, as stuff starts to possibly fail in the future that you never know because of the changing tides, we're hoping to stay relevant with something that we are making, with some kind of thing. We like to pivot where we can, and really deliver on what people want. You know, that's kind of the way that we try to look at it.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So real quick before because we're heading towards the end of the show, is there? We'll get to this like little fun questions. Is there a fandom or a theme that you haven't done for sneakers that you want to do?
See, it's tough because we always do a lot of those themed ones when we want to do them. I mean, I did bring up earlier Rocco's Modern Life. Definitely something that we wanted to do really bad. Such a slam dunk. People don't know how much we've actually done. We've done a lot. Either it's a one-of-one commission or anything. We've done a lot. Like Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob. Like those were like early, like 4 or 5 years ago that like someone wanted a one-of-one. Back in the day. But man, I know it's something we've been talking about. I've been talking about, really just me talking about is I want to get a meeting with the licensing for Inspector Gadget. And I want to do shoes, and I want to do an action figure. I want to be able to have swappable legs and get bendy, extendy legs and extended arms and the little hat. I want to go absolute batshit crazy with this thing. I want this to near bankrupt us. It's going to be so cool. Like that's like, I want to do every accessory known to man. I want to get Penny in there. I want to do everything with an Inspector Gadget figure. So,
somebody said Snoopy.
Snoopy. Snoopy's huge because of the anniversary right now. Snoopy everything. We've never actually done Snoopy, but we did. What did we have? We had Smurfs and then lost it. We had it and then it was gone because I think that went with like Paramount or Viacom or something. I think that was one of them. Yeah, I think it was Smurfs. But yeah, that's one that we also really wanted to do with Smurfs. But the one I'd say is probably Inspector Gadget at this point. We are living the damn dream of being able to just kind of design what we want when we want, and we've done everything under the sun. So it's awesome.
That's cool, man. I could think. I mean, we're obviously into the big collectibles and statues, but like, man, you do it like now. Masters of the Universe is getting popular again. X-Men animated series or X-Men 97, that's getting super popular, especially with all the characters now. You can go down a whole rabbit hole with that. But I mean, there's so many niches out there. And then when you talk about like old school stuff, I mean, there's all kind of like, you said Legends of the Hidden Temple. Is that what you said, Sean?
Yeah. Just going with everything we've been talking about and your guys' aesthetic and style. I think that would mesh perfectly with you guys.
Can you imagine like a guts shoe with like a PVC glowing piece of the rock like coming out of the side? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to do all that stuff. Like, we've got ideas. We've never done one of those, but we've got ideas, and there's just, it's just if the licensing lets us do it at this point. And that's Nickelodeon, Paramount, Viacom, like that's the whole thing. One of the things I think is really awesome is we just started kind of talking again with Sony. So we really want to do some cool stuff. Sony Pictures, not gaming. But we were doing like Sony Pictures, and there's a lot of wonderful things that they do that I would love to just kind of do. So that's a new conversation, and I'm just excited to see what we can do with them. One thing we are working on, we've talked about it on our live streams, but Street Fighter's coming soon. Officially licensed. So we're specifically doing Street Fighter 2 to start it off. And
nice.
We've already done Guile and Blanca. Those are already ready to go. And we're also doing Mega Man. That's what Tom was wearing. He was wearing the Mega Mans. Those are already ready to go. We just have to get them out the door.
Nice. Mega Man. There's so many. And in gaming, too, there's so much stuff.
There's so much. I think right now we're
of Rage, right? That's an old game.
We're about to do Tetris and Pac-Man, like officially.
Nice. All right.
But like I want to do like, I don't know if anybody's modern here. I really want to do an Expedition 33 shoe, which is like a new, more modern game. I designed a Banjo-Kazooie shoe like 2 years ago. It's just been sitting on ice.
Oh, that would be cool.
I was supposed to meet with them last year because the licensor does all the rare stuff. It's not like Microsoft and stuff. It's like another company that works for them, but they do like Battletoads, Conquer, Banjo-Kazooie. I want like it's a whole package, and I want to do it all. So like, I guess that's kind of like my dream shoe is like, I would love to do the Banjo-Kazooie shoe. Like that's the one I'd probably want to do because we've already done Battletoads for our COOs and 1-of-1, and those are just the sickest. It's their like stretchy feet and stretchy, like they're like big hands as the swoosh.
Banjo-Kazooie would be perfect. Those games were so beloved and still are by people, but you never see anything Banjo-Kazooie.
No,
like that would be such a diamond in the rough. Yeah.
Microsoft hates them, man. I don't know what the deal is. Like I would not even joking. This isn't a joke. When I was there, you can talk to anybody whenever you want it through Teams. And every once in a while I'd message Phil Spencer and I'd be like, Banjo? Like I want Banjo. I want a battle royale at Conquer. I want a Conquer's bad for a day, but like battle royale, third person with all the skins, like just Fortnite the hell out of Conquer for me. So like,
nice.
Yeah, I want to do a lot of. I'd love to do a lot of that stuff. So I think Banjo is probably the best one. Visualize it. The shoe, the front of it, the front toe box are his pants. It's got the denim pants, and then you've got the brown to the middle, and then the back of it, it's got an actual backpack on it.
This
on
is
the back
backpack,
of the foot.
yeah.
And then the wings go around the collar, like they go around the top of the shoe. So like it was, it's got Kazooie wings. So like it's one of the coolest designs. I love the damn thing, but for some reason Tom would just never let me do it, so I'm just gonna wait for licensing.
What else? There's what's the Earthworm Jim? What's the other one? Toe Jam and Earl? Is Toe Jam and Earl?
Toe Jam and Earl be a good one.
Toe Jam and Earl.
I'm see it. Earthworm Jim, one of my babies.
Oh, shit. That's cool. That's funny.
Turtles, Earthworm Jim turtles, and then Bucky O'Hare. I got Blinky on my arm.
All right,
and then I'd love to do a Ludwig. I love Ludwig.
Nice.
Actually, how I met Tom when he was tattooing, I actually won a tattoo from him on Instagram, and that's how I met him. That's how we became friends. He did that.
Oh
tattoo.
wow! All right,
here we are, 10 years later.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm really excited for you guys. I mean, I'm already, obviously we're already excited for the things that you have now, but your future seems promising, especially with the toy line and stuff. So what events are you going to be in? I know you're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll probably see you guys there. New York Comic-Con, you'll see a lot of us there as well. Is there any other conventions? Oh, and obviously ToyFair is an exclusive event, right?
I think it's private. It's really where we go to sell stuff to get companies to buy our stuff. But following that, we talked about ZoloCon. It's the end of February, 28th, March 1st. And then in March, we will be Orlando MegaCon. So we'll be down there.
You'll see
And
Ashton and a bunch of people there that know us there. Yep.
Which is awesome. I'm going to that one because we have so many friends and fans down there in Orlando. We've never done a Florida show, so we're going down there. We just got invited to Toylanta, which is the week after that. So the end of March will be Toylanta. And then we just something in June just happened. I don't remember what it is. Circle back on that, with in our group. So if you're in the Secret Sneaker Society, go check that out. And then we've got San Diego, and then we usually do Granite State in New Hampshire. That's like the turtle convention.
Yeah.
New York Comic Con. Then we got Designer Con in November. And then December is probably another sneaker con. But we have during those, there are sneaker cons or got sold, depending on what lands, will be at sneaker con.
Nice.
I haven't done any of them myself, but new circuit going around, Nostalgia Con. Have you looked into any of those at all? We
did one in Texas last year where we didn't go out. We've got like kind of a street team. And they actually offered to go out. They're friends of ours too, but down in Texas, there was the Nostalgia Con. We did that last year, and they went out for us. We just sent them product.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't done it before. If you don't mind sharing, how was it? Because I've heard some good, some mixed. Not sure what to make of it.
The feedback I got was it was successful. Successful for us is connections and feedback. So never sales. We don't go there to sell stuff. Who's going to go to a convention and spend $500 on shoes? Like no one does that. So I heard it was good. I heard it was enjoyable. I haven't heard. No one has been like, we got to go back this year. So
okay,
that's kind of my takeaway from it. We've gone to shows before, and we're just like probably not doing this one again type thing.
Yeah.
We've gotten to the point. The only part that we're just kind of a little inflated is that we're finally realizing how much bigger we are than we thought we were. So we don't have to do the small ones anymore. Like we're getting invited and comped to a lot of these things at this point. Yes. We're like, what? Like normally we pay, but like sometimes we just get comped and it's wonderful. It feels great, which means we double down on our A game.
You made it, right? You made it.
Yeah. But like
no overhead. That's the goal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and some of these are expensive. Like some of these are like multi-$1,000 just to book. Yeah. and then I gotta fly and then I gotta ship. But yeah, it's we're really trying to aim towards the big ones if we can, but we're also not forgetting where we came from. So we are trying to do the smaller ones as we can. It's just tough because I've got 3 dogs and my wife. Tom's got 3 kids and a wife. And when you're away from family so much, like you really got to do the balance. And originally it was only 4 this year. It was the 4 big guys that we were doing for the shows. And then Tom can't help himself. And he's got to, hey, you want to come to this one? And we're like, crap, I guess we're going to this one. Toylanta happened on Tuesday. Like
hey, listen, if the opportunities are there, you got to jump on them too, you know?
Yeah.
So I get
it bums me out because I'm the toy guy. Like I want to go to Toylanta, but I'm gonna have no home to come home to because I'll be kicked out.
Oh, that's crazy. Listen, I got 2 more questions because this is just me out of curiosity. So obviously, we all love toys. We love, the fandom, the themes, all that stuff. Have you ever considered doing because for me, I don't know if I got shoes like this, I don't know if I would wear them. I think I would just display them with my collectibles and stuff. Have you ever thought of actually doing like a display case or something for your shoes with maybe a backert or something? And my second part to that question is, have you ever thought of doing prints with your stuff, having artists, do I guess some art based off the shoes theme or anything like that to go with your products and even the toys too?
So if anybody that follows us on Instagram or Facebook is watching right now, they're like, Gary's about to slam dunk Miguel on this real hard.
Let's go.
So yes, we actually just started doing it. So I changed our packaging, and I don't know if low key with the shoes you got, but we had these plastic boxes.
They were flimsy, and then from a sneakerhead, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Dude,
but
those are almost $6 a piece.
Okay.
they're insane. And I was like, I can't do this anymore because they explode in transit. We don't know what the hell happens. And like we stress test them. Don't know what happens. So check this out, Miguel. So I changed the whole packaging. It is, if you've ever heard of collector friendly packaging, that's what we started doing. It's a cardboard backer, straight cardboard design backer, and the plastic and the shell, the plastic actually has like curves on it. So you can just put your shoes in, you slide the plastic backer on it, and you've got your product. It's just ready to go. And you can take it off. Now, with that, we've been internally talking about releasing sneaker displays. So the problem is our cardboard backers are pretty damn long because you got to fit. We fit up to like 14s, sometimes 15s in these plastic containers. But the idea is we start doing our own plastic display packages or display boxes that you buy and you build them and whatever. But the back of it has the same kind of curve around it for you to slide in the backdrop. So now, so all of our shoes that I've been shipping or will be shipping, if they have custom card art, it looks beautiful from the front when you're holding the shoes up. If you flip it around, it's actually a horizontal image, and you're going to be able to slide that into the back of it and display it as a backdrop.
Nice.
And you put your shoes in front of it. So you can put it in this, you can either just put it on the shelf or you can put it as a backdrop. And when we do those, we're going to be trying to send them out unpunched. So, or because they have the hang tags on them.
Yeah,
so
little hang tag.
Yeah. So that was unfortunately an oversight by me, but we'll be able to do that. Now, the alternative is if we do not do the plastic backer or the plastic shoe displays, we have talked about with the community, my interest in just printing those backers as smaller prints that will fit. So that's kind of like, we've already addressed it. It's something we have been talking about doing. For me, for the cost that will go into a high quality, like HD print, I think it's worth it just as an appreciation to give to somebody.
Nice. Yeah, that would be cool. Because like I said, I saw your live the other day, and you were showing that too. The what was it, from Aliens? I think it was. You brought up with the punch thing.
Oh, I did. I did show off some of the Wasteland, one of the Wasteland collections.
Oh, Wasteland. Yeah, that's what it is.
The blue and yellow that I did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I think that would be cool for display.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it, and it solved the big problem for us. And they shipped it all to our office, which is awesome. And now we have an auto shipper like in China, so I got to ship everything back to China.
Oh wow! Okay. Oh man.
Stuck.
What about art prints with maybe your toy line or even with the shoes?
Yeah, it's a possibility. Back when Tom was having me help him, just helping, there are in existence prints out there of my toy photography wearing the shoes photoshopped on. Could probably bring that back. I mean, definitely do it. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people in the community will buy it. Will it be worth it to us financially? I'm going to tell you no, absolutely not. Will it be worth it to the community for us to really kind of do something really cool? And I would probably just want to give them out for free. Yeah, we love to give stuff out for free. So probably.
That's cool.
I think it'd be cool.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. Listen, I'm looking forward to, like I said, I got a bunch of my partners that want me to go to San Diego, so I definitely could get in and stuff. I'm just trying to figure out accommodations. Once I figure that out, I'll be out there. I'll definitely check out your booth. I'll probably be with Low Key. I'll bring over some friends of mine so you guys could, introduce you to them and stuff. And obviously, I'm going to be in New York. Sean's going to be in New York. He has a huge booth out there. We'll definitely check you out over there as well too. But dude, thank you so much for coming on to the show, taking the time out on a special day, Thursday, obviously because of the Super Bowl.
On a Thursday.
Man, this was really cool. And obviously open door here whenever you need it, if you ever need help or any types of hold on, you gotta show that. Hold on, let me
He's been back in the car. This is Ronan.
Oh, look at his colors.
Angry face, bud.
His color.
Oh my goodness.
Well, angry man.
Oh my goodness.
And then over to the side, this is that's Georgie.
Oh wow. That is awesome.
Did you get them before the pit bulls before joining the company or after? Or was that like a branding kind of thing?
No. So the bull is because it's Tom Bullman. So he just named the
Right.
name Bull Airs, and then he just kind of branded it with a bull because the bull worked. And then all of our shoes, shorthorns, longhorns, toros, steers, we are the most not blue collar cowboys at all whatsoever. But everything that we do is like cowboy ass shit, and it's just because Tom's last name is Bullman with one
Yeah.
L. You want to go hang out with your brother? Go. That's what he does.
That's
Like-
awesome.
We rescued him from a place called CRU here in Rochester, New York.
At the
he had
same,
fresh
like both of
palate.
them at the same time?
No, we bought Georgie, and because I'll tell you the quick story before we go.
They look alike. They look alike.
I know, right? We got two like brindles, or not brindles,
Yeah.
two merles. I had a Chihuahua when I met April, my wife, back in 2013, and I got her with another person I was with, and just so everybody knows, like this always somehow makes it into these types of kind of conversations. You have depression, and stuff like that. Like, definitely focus on your depression. I was very suicidal before I met current April, and there's an old April. Funny enough, the last one was April too.
Wait, you had
Oh,
two
wow.
Aprils and
No
back-to-back?
coincidence, dude.
You
How?
had two back-to-back Aprils?
Yeah, it was back.
And you're a Turtles guy too?
Yeah, dude. Someone actually brought up
Oh,
someone
yeah.
brought that up in like 2016, and I never thought
happening?
about it, and it was the funniest thing. But jokes aside, like, my Chihuahua was like my life. Like,
Mhm.
I spent so much time with her. But she had passed away 2022. The day before we went and saw the house that we're in now. But we have two English bulldogs. Now we have one. The other one passed away a year ago. But like, it was one of those things where I just got really lonely, and I told the wife, I'm like, I really want another dog, and we always wanted a Frenchie. So we found this one, Pennsylvania, really always are. We got him, absolute dream come true. But we were like, we want to rescue a dog. We want to go to a SPCA or something. We don't buy, just rescue if you can. And we got lucky because Ronan was was a puppy, special needs. This place called CRU Rescue. I recommend everybody going to check them out on Instagram. They've been viral. You've probably seen them because they've had a lot of viral dogs that have
What was
gone
their
with,
name
like,
one more time?
stuff. They're amazing people.
What was their name one more time?
What was that?
was the name?
CRU Rescue.
CRU.
Yeah, it's Cleft Rescue Unit, because they usually get, if you don't know, when dogs have cleft palates, they usually get euthanized immediately because the breeders won't do anything with them, but this place rescues them. This little guy was on like the Kelly Clarkson show at some point, I guess. His name was Clarkson. But we rescued him, and we've had him for almost a year in May, and his cleft palate's completely healed. He's a completely normal dog. But he was a little bit of a pain in the butt in the beginning, because you had to feed him a certain way, you had to clean out his palate, and I just recommend everybody checking that stuff out. And if you don't want to adopt a dog that's 5-6 years old because of you're worried about their behavior, there are places out there that do adopt out puppies that are still impressionable, and you can train them. They just might be special needs, and you can get lucky like we did and just have a completely normal dog. So I like always like to throw that in there, because these are a little pride and joy.
No,
and
that's awesome.
And we're going to be doing something dog related with Bull Airs at some point.
I was just about to ask if you guys were ever considered doing anything for like charities or like or obviously your own dogs and stuff. I think that's another cool idea.
Our COO Ryan also has a Merle Frenchie. His name is Gizmo.
Nice.
So like, we want to do a Frenchie thing. He's going to get his own action figure. Spoiler alert.
Nice. There you go.
He's Ronan the Ronin is going to be featured in the new PandaCon series.
Let's go.
So he's going to have his own action figure at some point, but we want to do like little lace faces, little charms for your shoes, and maybe get into Bull Airs dog clothing, like something stupid, like never stay in our own lane, just fun stuff we want to do. We've got the means to do it. We might as well try it and see if people like it. So high-end clothing for your dogs.
Dude, that's cool. People will get it. Frenchies are popular too. They're everywhere. So
Oh yeah.
especially in the last couple years, they're more popular as people. All these celebrities have them too. So that's cool, man. That's awesome, dude. That's really awesome. I'm looking forward to all that stuff. But dude, thank you so much. Is
you.
there anything else you want to throw out there before we close out the show?
I think we're
as
good.
far as for Bull Airs?
I think I've wasted enough of your time.
No, never that. This was great. This was great.
You know,
this is great. And you know, the reason why we do these shows is because we want to, you know, we want to have an emotional tie-in with these products, because a lot of people see the products and they become a fan of it, but when they hear the stories or, you know, all the amount of effort and work that goes into it, now they have an emotional attachment, and now they're like, all right, now that might be the go-to thing. Like, you know what, I was kind of thinking of getting this, but now I really want it because, you know, Gary was so cool, or because I learned about the process, or because of, you know, how they got this license or whatever it is. So this is why we do those shows, to kind of have that emotional attachment, so people can learn really about the company and what it takes to, you know, run the company, all the trials and tribulations, all that stuff. So I really appreciate you coming on and taking the time out to jump on our show. And you know, we do here on ToyQuest101, we do a lot of high end. I mean, we saw a picture with one of the guys from Sideshow. You know, we're partnered with Sideshow. We're partnered with
they're awesome.
You know,
they're wonderful.
We're partnered with Diamond, Legendary Beast Studios, Super 7, all those guys. So we're very familiar with them, and we're all high-end products. So I wanted to bring you on to show people, because again, you guys have come over, you spilled over to our fandom just because of some of the themes that you guys do. So it's like, you know, it's not only for sneakerheads. If you don't have to be a sneakerhead, you could just be a fan of the theme and be like, those are cool. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I wanted to bring you on, especially now with the toys. You know, that's something I didn't know until you actually reached out to me. It's like, oh man, they're doing toys now too. That's really good. But man, looking forward to the future of success now that you guys have been on the show. You guys are like family. You're always, eventually we'll get you back on later on in the future to see how the toy line is going. You know, and see what else is up. Obviously, like I said, we'll see you on San Diego. We'll see you in New York. If I'm over there, I'll probably do a booth tour video for the YouTube channel or something and get you on a mic and start talking about some of the stuff you have there. Yeah. But dude, I really appreciate your time. I wish you guys the best of luck. You guys are killing it. Absolutely love everything you guys are doing. But yeah, man, really appreciate you being on.
I appreciate that. Thank you all for having me on. And you know, if anybody's ever looking for us at a show and we're there, come stop by and say hi while we're still able to do it. You know, just us not having to hire out a team to do it. We love talking with people. You're going to see that. We'll probably talk your ear off because we love talking about the experience and the journey. Yeah, just never be a stranger. We're just normal ass people. I joke with everybody, we're Z-list celebrities, because people like think that we're these giant. I don't know why we get treated that way. And like I do that with my NECA buddies, because we all get treated like celebrities, and like people freak out. And like someone came in my office today and I had to sign something for them. They like walked into the office like, hey, can you sign this? Like, I'm not even joking. We're just normal people with lucky, cool jobs. But everybody can work hard and do something special. Everybody here in this chat, everybody around the world, it is easier than ever to get started on your own business right now. You just have to be in it for all the right reasons. And for us, we were broke multiple times, but you know, we just still want to do cool things every chance we get.
Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. Dude, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. We're going to end the show a little bit, but stay backstage. Low-key, you got anything for us before we head out?
No, I just look forward to seeing you in July, man, in San Diego.
Yes, likewise. Let's go. Sean, what about you, bud? What conventions you got going on?
Yeah, next one, not this upcoming weekend, but the following, Dallas, which been plugging for a little while. Like I said, that was a reschedule of a previous canceled show because of the weather. After that, Knoxville, Tennessee. That'll be February 27 to March 1st. CT GamerCon, and then Chicago. So yeah,
nice. So Chicago again. All right.
Next, yeah,
cool.
Yeah, looking forward to C2E.
Gary, you ever think of you guys coming out here to Philadelphia or Jersey again for anything? That's where I'm at. I'm in Philly, Jersey.
We got Super Jersey Expo in April.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's what it is. I knew there's something in April. I think it's Super Jersey Expo. It's April, I want to say. And then like the Philly, we've never done anything in Philly. I think we want to try to get into too many games at some point. But you know, closest we're getting is King of Prussia at Zolo.
Oh yeah.
And then Sean had mentioned like C2E2. We've been trying to get into C2E2 for years now. We can never get a response back, but one day we'll make it out to C2E2.
Sean,
you guys said I can arrange something. You guys said you're doing New York Comic Con, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and they haven't gotten back to you about Chicago?
No. No,
okay, that's weird.
New York was a weird thing. We like piggybacked New York, and then like right before New York started, they reached out to us and they were like, "We need you here." We're like, maybe next year, because we were already like with someone else. But yeah, no, we're in with New York. So yeah, I didn't know it's Reed Pop, right?
Yeah, it's the same company that does C2 and New York.
Yeah, we just never heard back on it, unfortunately. We've wanted to go out. We've got a lot of friends over in Chicago. We've been in Chicago at like Chronic Con, I think. That's the Jane Silent Bob one.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Because they're all friends with us, so we've had that whole collection, so we've done that, but we haven't really done anything else out there. And our COO is from Chicago, so he is up there all the time.
Oh, it would make sense. Well, we'll talk about it offline, Sean. Maybe we could try to see if we can get your connection or something. But guys, thank you so much for jumping on, and we'll see you guys not this Sunday, obviously, but the following Sunday on the next episode of Collectors Assemble Live. If you guys are watching the replay, guys, make sure you check the bio of the video. You'll see all of Bull Air's socials and their website. Special thanks to Gary and everybody else, man. We'll see you guys on the next episode of ToyQuest101 Collectors Assemble Live. Peace, y'all.